e5, opening with the king's pawn, controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. e5 is a common response that establishes a presence in the center, controls d4. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center, attacks the e5 pawn, and prepares to castle. Knight c6 develops the knight toward the center, protects the pawn on e5, and eyes the d4 square. The three knights opening begins with knight c3, which controls the d5 square and supports the e4 pawn. You are bringing your bishop into play, eyeing the central squares. They missed a chance to win a knight through an eventual fork. Develops the knight and attacks the center. They missed a chance to eventually win material. You overlooked an opportunity to castle kingside. You permitted the opponent to sacrifice a knight for a nice tactic. They overlooked an opportunity to win a knight through an eventual fork. Your pawn is undefended, so this move loses material. They took your pawn for free. This move is okay, but not what I would have played. Recapturing and developing their queen at the same time. You missed an opportunity to castle kingside. You allowed the opponent to kick a bishop. This move protects their pawn, which was vulnerable with insufficient defenders. Castling on the same side as your opponent and preparing for the middle game. Their pawn attacks your bishop, kicking it out of its current position. Correct, of course. Move away from danger. They overlooked an opportunity to kick a knight. You permitted the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a queen. This move puts their bishop on a safer square. You overlooked an opportunity to connect rooks. They did not find the right idea. Correct, of course. Move away from danger. Their pawn attacks your knight, kicking it out of its current position. Clearly, you don't want to leave your knight in danger. Creating a pawn chain. That was an even swap of material. A clear recapture. You missed an opportunity to move a queen to safety. You permitted They missed a chance to take an open file with a rook. Pawns are there to cover your castled king. Think twice before moving them. There was a moment to punish your opponent's error, but you let it pass. You got lucky here. Your opponent missed the chance to capitalize on your mistake. You had a better option, but this is not bad. That's quite an error. Now's your chance to capitalize on it. You are threatening to tactically win a queen. Their move stopped you from being able to tactically win a queen. You've pinned your opponent's knight, limiting its movement. They missed a chance to add a defender to a vulnerable knight. You overlooked an opportunity to move a queen to safety. Your opponent removed the threat by capturing your queen. You overlooked an opportunity to activate a rook by getting it to the 7th rank. You allowed the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a rook. This move forces your rook to retreat, giving your opponent extra tempo. This is a good time for you to get out of trouble. They overlooked an opportunity to capture a bishop that was threatening to win material. Correct, of course. Move away from danger. You are now able to eventually win a pawn. This is the way to win a pawn. They move the rook to safety. You overlooked a better way to tactically win a pawn. They are right on target. Good job, that's what I would have played too. A correct move to get their knight out of harm's way. You missed an opportunity to move a bishop to safety. They exchange pieces of equal value. You recaptured. They bring their final piece into the game, fully mobilized. That rook move to the 7th rank was strong. They move the pawn to safety. You are threatening to win material through a fork. They've offered to trade pieces of equal value. That was a fair trade. A straightforward recapture. You lost control of the equal position, and now you are worse. They missed a chance to activate a rook by getting it to the 7th rank. The game was close to even, but now you are in a worse position. They overlooked an opportunity to activate a rook by getting it to the 7th rank. This isn't a mistake, but there was something better for you. They missed a chance to activate a rook by getting it to the 7th rank. This is the only move that works, and you found it. Their king is now leaving the back rank to become a key player in the endgame. Not the best move, but not bad either. That's playable. Your rooks are connected, which helps them work together. Precise move from your opponent. You dodge the check, moving your king out of harm's way. That's not a mistake, but they did not find. This is a fine move. You captured a free pawn. Your opponent created a passed pawn. You overlooked an opportunity to use a rook to counter a passed pawn. Their rooks can see each other now, allowing them. This move is okay, but not what I would have. Your opponent reinforced the defense of their pawn. You trade off equal material. This is a fair trade. This moves your rook to a safer square. Their passed pawn moves closer to promote. Well done, an excellent move. This move puts their pawn on a safer square. Putting your rook behind an opponent's passed pawn makes it harder to promote. They played the strongest move available. Nice, you capture a vulnerable pawn, winning material after all trades are completed. A clear recapture. A logical capture. I like their choice. Very good choice. They move their king out of the check from you. You are threatening to win a rook through a skewer. They prevented you from being able to win a rook through a skewer. You had a better option, but this is not bad. They had a better way to evade the check from the opposing rook. Your opponent slipped up, but you didn't take advantage of it. You permitted the opponent to kick a rook. This is the only good move. They kick your rook with a pawn, forcing it to move or be captured. A good choice to move your threatened rook. They played one of the best moves here. This is a fine move. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. Yes, this is the way. Defending their hanging pawn. Well done, an excellent move. They move their king out of the check from your rook. Very good choice. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. This is a fine move. They move their king out of the check from your rook. Well done, an excellent move. They missed a better way to evade the check from the opposing rook. Your opponent made a mistake, but you missed the chance to punish them. They had an opportunity to punish your inaccurate play, but didn't catch it. You missed a chance to punish your opponent's error. Your opponent had only one good move there, and they missed it. A clear recapture. They are right on target. Decent move, but they had a better one. You missed a better way to evade the check from the opposing rook. It was an even game, but now you have the advantage. You overlooked a better way to evade the check from the opposing rook. This seems like a mistake to me. You kicked your opponent's piece from that square, moving their threatened rook to safety. That's playable. Passed pawns must be pushed. That's not a mistake, but they did not find. Very good choice. A correct move to get their rook out of harm's way. Your passed pawn advances to its goal. Precise move from your opponent. You dodge the check, moving your king out of harm's way. They played the strongest move available. You step your king away from the checking rook. Decent move, but they had a better one. This is a fine move. They made one of the top moves in this position. You escaped the check from the rook. I like their choice. You dodge the check, moving your king out of harm's way. This move left their rook hanging. You missed winning material, but you are still winning. They missed a chance to defend a rook that was under it. Nice find. You found the only move in this position. You get a chance to force eventual checkmate. You can now win with a forced checkmate. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. Your move gets closer to checkmate. They are right on target. You continue the checkmate attack. They move their kings. Checkmate is always the best move.